Hi guys, I'm John Bro, and welcome back to Let's Play Bomberman Hero. Let's go to the snake route, because snakes come from roots. No, they don't. Worms maybe come from roots. I can see worms building a habitat around roots from trees, but snakes maybe not as much. I have no idea where snakes are supposed to live. I would imagine they live in, like, burrows underground, but I have no idea. I would rather a snake live in this big grindy thing that would be really great for making pizzas. Anyways, yeah. This is a kind of interesting level. It just keeps spiraling upward, and you have to collect those 4 yellow diamond things, and also there are green creatures that try to dive bomb you. All the enemies in this stage are kind of weird. Like this robot here, it does this hips don't lie dance routine out of nowhere, and apparently I'm distracted by its extremely skinny hips because they cause me to fall and kill myself. That's about it. Also, the background with the gray, super low resolution bricks has returned. And also Gears of War. I said Gears of War because they're gears and they're falling from the sky, and they mean war because they're out to get me. Yeah, just cogs. Just cogs. Cognitive dissonance. Just falling from the sky. Now, the green creature's eyes, they are not even attached to their bodies, and their eyes are roughly the size of their bodies. Roughly the size of their stomachs. You know that saying, whenever your eyes are bigger than your stomach sometimes? Well, that's definitely not the case with those guys. Their eyes are the same size as their stomachs. Okay, I believe this is the last yellow diamond gem thingy, and I thankfully did not die, but I was about to get run over by a cog. Cog is just such a dirty sounding word. It's not, but it is. Yeah, and it looks like I don't have enough points, but I actually have 300 over the limit, so way to go me, I am such a genius. So let's go versus Baruda. Versus with no space between the dot in versus and the word Baruda, because Baruda is a word. It's like Barracuda without the ka. Yeah. At the top of this mossy grass clock tower, it's about time you showed up, Bomberman. This is my voice now. I'm Baruda, Big Brother Endall's first... Big Brother Endall? So you're related. I held Million hostage so you'd come. Yeah, it's a pigeon with a fat suit. It's a pigeon with a laser attached to its stomach and a fat suit. Like, that's pretty innovative design right there. That's pretty awesome, actually. I don't like the boss that much, but he's kind of great. Also, he has goggles. You can't go wrong with goggles. So is this one of those special, like, damsel in distress moments where the clock is supposed to tick away and then she's supposed to fall off? But then that wouldn't work because she's, like, tied to the clock, and if she's not tied to the clock, then couldn't she just leave the same way she came? Maybe not. I don't know how clocks are designed. I just always think... I thought that, like, Big Ben had some sort of, like, this isn't gonna go well. I thought Big Ben had, like, a window on the front of the clock that you could use to get in and out of the clock tower from the very top if you really needed to... If you were, for some reason, stuck on the hands of the clock, you could just leave. But maybe not. Maybe that's just me being paranoid or watching too many movies. And, this boss fight is not going to go so well unless I get some more bombs. Well, I'm just going to tell you right away. If I don't get this on the first try, I am going to cut. Post-commentary John Bro coming at you today from all directions, mostly including the ceiling. To describe the strategy of this boss fight, there's not really a good strategy as far as I know. I mean, you definitely want to keep staying above him. You want to stay above him as much as you can. Maybe not keeping at the very top of the screen the entire time, but staying fairly close to him. Probably keeping to the top for the most part. And also, you have to always hit his head. Whenever he's in shrunken form, hitting his head is not a problem. You can just hit any part of his body and it'll probably hit his head too, but whenever he's in bloated balloon blimp form, then hitting his head is a lot harder, so you have to be precise, you have to make sure you kind of figure out where he's going. And I highly recommend coming into the boss fight with 3 to 4 on the bomb upgrade, and 1 on the fireball upgrade in the bottom right corner, because if you have any higher than that on the fireball upgrade, then you're very likely to run into the explosions of your own bombs. If you have a lot of bombs, you can probably spam them. And now back to regular commentary. Yes! I did it! I sure did. That was all me. And why are we back at Whomp's Fortress? And why are we just falling forever? This doesn't seem most beneficial to our health. Not that it would have really actually hurt us, because we don't take fall damage, but now the princess is on Kanatati. Yeah. Let's go. Hurry. Yeah. I read that perfectly well. Off into the bitmap sky. Created clearly with MS Paint and maybe Photoshop also. I am quite satisfied with that. Really, the whole strategy is just stay above Baruda, and oh, wow. This is a really trippy bonus stage. Super trippy. And the time is rapidly decreasing. I need to make sure I get everything, all of the fasts. And I don't see how I'm going to get all those things unless that weird, trippy, Earthbound background graphic stuff. That's, maybe that's like anti-gravity, or maybe it's like bouncy, or... Oh, that's an edge. That is not bounciness. Yeah, this is totally bouncy stuff. It doesn't look like bouncy stuff, but it's totally bouncy stuff. I approve of this message. This just looks so psychedelic. This is like a psychedelic whirlpool Jello land. Psychedelic Jello land. That's another one of those things that I totally expected to say today. And perfect. Hardly perfect. I could have gotten that done a lot faster, but I was being not very fast about anything. I just went ahead and edited the first 7 minutes of this video, so everything that you've already seen, I put together before what I'm recording right now. My methods for recording and editing have been really weird lately. So let's go to Hades Crater. Wow, that's surprisingly dark sounding for an E-rated game. It's so hot! My life meter is getting low. Oh, it's so hot. Who's so hot? That robot that's sitting next to you? Yeah, he's a stud. He looks like does he even lift? When your life meter gets low, enter the cooling capsule. I don't know why he says this here, because the next level that we're going to is one of the only levels that doesn't have a cooling capsule. So that seems like a kind of pointless statement to make this early in the planet world Katana star. And yeah, Bomberman. Oh, Bomber, you just died. Oh. Yeah, that definitely looks like a complete suicide death sentence right there. That totally looks like he was just jumping into lava and nothing else. But he also has a propeller, so that's great. A beanie. I have to keep calling it a beanie. The beanie. The baby. The baby. The baby. This is this has always been one of my favorite levels, actually. This was a level that I played many times in childhood, partly because it was one of the fastest, well, for me, to ever 100%. This was one of the few levels that I could just get a 5 rank on. And it's just it's a cool level that entirely focuses on the helicopter mode of Bomberman. The lighting makes the gems that are usually blue look white, and that's kind of cool. And it all just fits. It has the music, it has the slow descent, and all the gems that are just aligned perfectly for you to go and get all the gems, and it's just cool. I just like the feel of it. Something about it I really like. It holds nostalgic value to me. And I've never really thought that nostalgic is really a great word to use to describe something, because nostalgia is a word that means something different for everybody. People who are roughly the same age, they might have a similar idea of what nostalgia is, but, you know, 20 years from now, the things that we're doing today that don't seem nostalgic at all will seem nostalgic, so whatever. Boom. I maybe did it. Yeah. Magma Lake, and now here's where the cooling stuff comes in. And it's not very cool. I mean, it's pretty cool, but it's not very cool. The best way I can think to describe it is... Oh, duh, I forgot that I am nearly dead. Okay, the best way to describe it... And the beeping does get on your nerves, so I'm gonna probably try to reduce the beepingness in editing. Because it's really loud. I'm just gonna say it's really loud. Compared to all of the other sound effects. I like most of the sound effects in this game, but the beeping, the beep, 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 I do not like so much. Yeah, best way to describe it, I think, would be like comparing it to the health meter in Super Mario 64 whenever you're underwater, because the health meter is full and it slowly decreases whenever you're in the water, and it acts as like your other... It acts as an oxygen meter and a health meter at the same time, and then as soon as you surface, then your health refills. So if you lose health outside of the water, you can just jump into the water and it all refills. It's kind of what this is. Except, instead of the water decreasing your health, it's everything decreasing your health. And instead of the surface of the water refilling your health, it's the small cooling stations. So it's slightly more intense, maybe? But it's... yeah, that's one way to describe it, I guess. And it also kind of reminds me of... I don't know which 3D Gex game it is. I haven't really played much of either of the 3D Gex games on the Nintendo 64. That was the worst enunciation of the word Nintendo and 64 together. It's kind of like one level in one of the Gex games on the Nintendo 64 where it takes place in space. And you have this helmet on, and it's supposed to look funny because all the Gex games have costumes of some kind in them. And instead of cooling stations, there were like little oxygen stations that behaved very similarly to this, where they just refilled your health if you went into them. So, surprisingly similar concepts. I guess there are plenty of things like that. I don't know. I mean, the only real examples that I know are the ones that I've just talked about, and I don't know anything about the Gex games. That's just one small thing that I happen to know about one of them. I don't even know which Nintendo 64 one's which. I don't know which one's the bad one, which one's the good one. I don't know which one has the Atlantis level that everyone seems to hate, or which one has the... whatever. And also I think it's kind of strange that the Atlantis level... I mean, I'm talking about what I know about a game that I shouldn't really know much about, since I've barely ever played it, but I don't know why people say that the Atlantis level in one of the Gex games is secret, because it's pretty obvious to find. Anyways, those boulder turtles, those molten meteor turtle things, I don't understand how to defeat them. I don't know what their weak point is. I just keep throwing bombs at them until they die. And wow, that sounds morbid, but everything in video games sounds morbid if you just say it loud enough. What? The point of this level is, kind of confusing, but it makes sense eventually. Whenever you see a red grating that's kind of opened up in one of these dams, you have to bomb it, and then it's... Hoover damn good. Never mind. I was going to make a game one time that had a grocery store owned by a beaver, and it was going to be called The Damn Goods. It was a terrible pun. Absolutely horrible, but I really enjoyed it. And I think the design of the beaver was going to be very similar to, like, Mr. Fluffykins, or whatever the cat's name is in Pearls Before Swine. The fluffy, funny-looking cat with a frying pan on its head. That one. That's what the beaver was going to look like. It was going to have a similar design to that cat. Oh, the beep, 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 beep. The beep, 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 beep. So... constant. Blah. Also, you know what? I forgot that this level had 2 exits. That's something I'm going to have to keep in mind whenever I come back here tomorrow or something, because I've been recording for quite some time tonight. This is a good recording day, and I'm only going to get out, like, 2 videos from this. But still. Die... Purple... Not purple. It's not purple at all. But whatever. Another dam has been breached. Oh, hey. That's something I didn't notice before. Yeah, that whenever that rock explodes from the lava-ness, then it shows the purple thing. Those things. That apparently we have a whole lot of. I didn't even realize that we had 13 of them. Most difficult part of this level is right here. You get a little health refill here, but then you have to make sure that you don't run out of health as you're going around doing stupid stuff, don't get hit by this missile, and I recommend going back to where this is and just jumping down, and you will come to a pretty safe patch of land on which you can land. I don't know how to say that properly, but yeah, you have to jump from the top of the dam on somewhere that is safe. And so that's a good place to assure that you're probably going to land somewhere safe. Okay, I need to make sure that I get everything. Actually, I think 5,000 points is enough. I think I have everything now. Don't I? No, I still have that at the very beginning of the stage. Well, what else am I missing, then? Maybe I'm not missing anything. Is there... Oh, yeah, I got the purple thing, and that probably sent me over the limit. Great. I'm gonna have to do it again. Aw, Barmy's so happy! Alright, so that's one exit down with 5,000 points. I did. Shut up. And now I'm gonna go get the other exit. Wonderful start. And there's the other exit. I think it's kind of dumb that whenever you get the fireproof vest, if you go break the first dam and then you go back and get the fireproof vest at the very beginning, because breaking open the dams causes the yellow blocks around certain items to disappear. I think it's dumb that the fireproof vest doesn't actually protect you from the heat of the volcano, but that's just me. I guess in some strange way it makes sense. So next time we're going to go to the Krista hole. See you next time. Thank you for watching.